from the Toronto area, and I work in the nuclear power industry, and I also spend a lot of time skydiving.
My job is to teach people how to fly the windy tube, also teach people how to skydive.
I'm an aviation underwriter, so I insure like airlines, aircrafts, anything aviation related. That's what I do for work, and then on the weekends I skydive.
It started off as a bar bet, so had a few drinks with a couple friends one night, and I think there's about 10 of us, and we all said, yeah, we're gonna go skydiving tomorrow, let's do it. And come the time, only one other friend came with me.
I did a tandem, and then I thought it was too expensive to spend like $300 every time I jumped, and just fell in love with it, so got my license the following year.
It's one of my friends decided to do his course, and he just signed me up. He just signed me up like this, and he's like, hey, you signed up for the course, you're coming with me. It's like, whoa.
So we're attempting the world vertical record at Sky of Chicago, and we're attempting to connect with 200 skydivers at the same time.
Yeah, we're gonna jump out from 9 different planes, men and women from all over the world, from every country. We try to build the biggest formation ever done, upside down.
So the world record was set last in 2015, and that was 164 people. And right now we're attempting to build a 200-way.
Which is a lot of pressure, but seems like one of the most amazing things to do.
And the whole dive itself is challenging, to be honest. The break off, everything's new for everyone. No one's really been on a jump this big.
So head down flying is more difficult. It's a more dangerous orientation because you're going on your head, kind of like the shape of a missile, I guess.
It doesn't matter how good all those individuals are, they have to be able to work together as a team, and all 200 of them accomplish that same level of performance at the same time, in coordination with the pilots doing everything perfectly, and the weather cooperating. So there's a lot to go wrong. First jump yesterday was just kind of a chance for everyone to get a bit of a sight picture, so no one really knew what to expect.
We met up at 6 a.m. and probably were in our gear, all geared up at like 6:15, 6:20.
We're expecting some weather to come in, so we wanted to get started nice and early. We were in the planes on the runway by 6:45, which is awesome.
The climbing takes about an hour in the planes to go to 19,000 feet each time.
At that point, it's game time, the door opens up, everyone's got their gear all set up. Ideally, we've got 30 seconds to climb out and be ready to leave, but we have to be ready to go on an instant. And the most challenging part, I think, for most guys is, at least at the beginning, is kind of knowing where to go, because you've got this mass of people.
When you get out, you dive, you float, you approach the formation, everything is super important.
Safety aside, I'm afraid of getting cut, which means making a mistake. There's 199 other people I'm flying with, and there's going to be, on the bench alone, at least 40 people can easily take a slot if someone makes a mistake. So if you leave the plane with your shoelace untied, that might be enough to get you cut if there's someone more qualified.
If you've had a bad jump, you come down and you're just praying to God that one of the organizers doesn't approach you.
You can see Jason walking through the field with his green suit, so you can see it from far.
I was just kind of standing there and I heard him call my name. He goes, "Hey Mike, what plane are you on?" My heart just kind of jumped.
You know what's scary? When you all of a sudden don't see like 4 or 5 people that were in your plane that are now gone. Yesterday, like an entire pod was cut.
After the jump number 2, 3 other people in front of me, which are more great flyer, get cut too, so was really worried that, oh, the axe is really sharp.
Pretty much everyone in front of me, almost everyone in front of me has been cut or replaced or moved around. So it kind of keeps you on your toes for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on me. I'm always like this, somebody who takes all the pressure and really worried about myself. I should do, because I know I can do better. I do well, but I know I can do better. Each time I can see, I do a little thing I can do better. I think everybody can see it, so I take hard on myself with that. You really need to work hard. It's really a mind. It's a mental game a lot.
I think A-type personality probably gravitates towards this. The challenge, the time, the dedication. I don't think you can be the type of person that isn't competitive. I think myself including the other 199 people involved in this, are highly competitive people.
I think you have to be someone who's very disciplined. One thing I've definitely learned being here is that it really doesn't matter how good of a flyer you are individually. That alone won't get you on this record and won't make the record happen. You really have to work as a team.
Yeah, it's important to have a lot of drive and ambition, because if you don't have, you will let go right away. Because you will, during this route to the record, people said no to me a couple of times. I need to work really hard, and if I have no ambition, I will let it go and just, okay, let's do something else.
It would mean several years of achieving a goal that I've set towards. It'd be a huge accomplishment for sure. 3-4 years ago, I wouldn't even picture myself being here.
I think the thing that draws me to it the most and motivates me is battling internally, trying to turn all the negativity in your mind off and the self-doubt. And then on every ride to altitude, there's this little thing that's like trying to sneak into your brain and being like, why are you doing this? Or you're gonna screw up, or what if the sight line's different? Or what if the spacing of the aircraft is different? The sun was setting. That was our very last jump. We wouldn't be able to jump the next day. 3 of the 9 planes, I believe, were leaving, and we knew that that was the last jump. And then they called 29 people's names on the loudspeaker. So instantly, those 29 people knew that they were
And I put it right in front of me, right there. Everything go like it was supposed to do except one thing. So I remember that moment, I said, fuck! I was super upset in my helmet.
I thought it was good until I landed, and then someone within earshot, I heard them sigh. And I turned around and I was like, whoa, wait, what does that sound mean? Like, didn't we get it? And he was like, no, one person was out.
This person get eject from the formation from another flyer. I remember I landed close to J. Ross and I asked him, do we have it? So he was kind of, no. So after that, the vibe was kind of weird.
I think a few more days, we definitely would have crushed that.
We were given a Hail Mary on that Friday. The fact that we were even allowed for the opportunity that the skies opened up to do 3 jumps, I didn't prepare myself mentally for the possibility of failure. My own personal fear of failure was getting cut at any point during the camp from one of the jumps.
Every emotion were there. So much stress, so much actually fun also.
It's a painful experience, but it's a good pain. It's it's like when you go to the gym, and it's challenging. And I think some people have a hard time with that, but I think that's why a lot of us enjoy it.
The whole event and I guess record attempts brought into focus how team-oriented it is, because it's like I can do what I need to do every single time, and it can all fall apart just with one tiny thing.